Okay, I think we're streaming, Mr. Chair. Mine's showing it. Oh, it's still working. Good? Okay.
All right, we'll go ahead and come out of executive session and we will begin with item number 9. And this is discussion action to approve final guaranteed maximum price amendment to the contract for construction manager at risk for the Codington County Jail and Sheriff's Office project. Commissioner Gable?
Yeah, just to explain, thank you, Mr. Chair, just to explain what we're talking about here. So what we need, since we have a construction manager at risk systems, that's a bit different. That allows the construction manager at risk to work with the subcontractors on its own. We already did the competitor process by having the, when we competed the CMAR, I'm sorry, the CMAR contract back in pre-design phase, very early in this project. So this is a modification to that contract to tell that construction manager at risk how much they can spend on construction. And so it would allow us to do all the alternates to include the sheriff's office, because things based on the subcontracts, we are right on budget, and it's a favorable bidding environment. So that should enable us to do all the alternates. So then the maximum, this is the construction cost, doesn't include all the, all the soft costs, doesn't include some of the expertise that we're paying for, whether it's the construction manager, Tegra, or the architect. But that price would be $32,665,397. So that's the amount that we need to agree on if we want to do all 10 alternates. So that, and again, those alternates, just so people know what we're talking about, basically they're options, to add to the projects. And so since the bids are coming in favorably, that enables us to do that. That, like I said, that includes finishing out the sheriff's office, and then a number of smaller alternates on, say, security cameras and flooring, various flooring options that will add to the durability of the facility. So my motion would be that we approve this amendment to the contract, to the CMAR contract, for the amount of, get that right again, 32. So the guaranteed maximum price for construction would be $32,665,397.
Okay.
So that would be my motion.
We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second to accept that?
I'll second it.
Second by Schwer. Any discussion?
Just for clarification now, that would include what the value of the bond was, plus the $8 million that we have in the construction budget for the county. And that would be more than, and then would have some interest added on to that. So that's why we're looking at this being on budget, or actually maybe even a little bit under budget.
Yeah, maybe.
So
to add to, Mr. Chair, right, Commissioner Johnson said, so if people will remember, we budgeted about, let's see, it was under 7.7 million of our reserves to add to the bond price to get us to that well, people have probably heard us use the figure 37 million for the initial, what we initially anticipated before we went to the vote and everything. And now it's turning out that we're right. The bidding environment's very favorable. So it looks like we can even complete these alternates as well.
So the initial plan was not to finish off the sheriff's office, but to budget subsequent years in our county budget to be able to do that. This will allow us to finish it all at one time. So that's very good news. All right. Not trying to sway any votes with that comment, but any more discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, Craig, just if you want to, somebody know, make sure we have the chairman sign the correct pages, but I think it's just one signature on the contract if I'm looking at it correctly.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Well,
I think the auditor has those. We'll sign them.
Yeah, we'll follow back. Thank you.
Okay. We do have a need for executive session, which we will take at the end of today's meeting for the purpose of contract and personnel. Monthly reports, 4-H educator. Let's get Jody up here. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Get all those point people straightened out last night?
they were lost. I don't know where their meeting was. The state fair went well with great participation from our kind county youth. Just display exhibits, we had 330 exhibits in our little space in the Norby Center. From the livestock barns to youth in action, 4-H youth were busy at the state fair. All the results can be found on the SDSU Extension website, which is extension.sdstate.edu. The members are now completing their 4-H record books and applying for awards, along with setting goals for the new 4-H year. Our extension conference will be in Brookings this year from September 29th to October 1st. National 4-H Week is October, and the new 4-H year begins October 1st. We have people calling and asking about joining 4-H, and so we're giving them their membership forms to sign up. Our 4-H recognition event is Sunday, October 26th at 2:00 in the North Expo. And then just a big thank you to all our 4-H volunteers, parents, leaders, grandparents, alumni, and supporters. We couldn't do 4-H without all of them. So this, thank you. Any questions?
Thank you.
Lots going on.
Thanks, Jody.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks,
Yep.
Jody.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jody.
All right, we'll move down to letter B, and this is the auditor's report. Brenda?
All right, good morning, everyone. I received the centrally assessed utilities from the Department of Revenue. I have those all entered and calculated the property tax levies. They have been completed along with, I did get the abatements done, so that has all been entered. The centrally assessed, I have sent in or uploaded that into e-file, so that's been sent into the Department of Revenue. The abatements, I'll wait until the end of the month because technically, in case some more would happen to come in, but I have everything done up until this point. I will be emailing all that information to our overlapping school district counties because they need that to calculate and use those numbers for calculating their taxes. So just busy working on that right now. Our levy season is upon us. And so just busy working on that.
Right. Questions, comments? Right, thank you, Brenda. Move on to the Community Service Director, letter C. Good morning. Sarah Faust.
Good morning. Good morning. All right. You have the chart in front of you with kind of where things are right now. Things remain pretty steady. 48 different individuals seen in August, 88 different services, and 95 total client contacts by our staff. That's primarily the community health workers in our office, Carrie and Paige. We are on track pretty much for other years where we are last year anyways, services. Funeral assistance continues to be our highest service that we provide, but transportation has also come in pretty high, and then document assistance, which I wanted to talk about for a minute too, for both of those. Any questions on the chart at all or the numbers there?
Sarah, the only
Yeah.
question I have is on the funerals.
Yeah.
It seemed like it's high, but is there any particular reason? Are we lowering our standards or lowering our requirements or
No.
what's going on?
No, that's, so we're at about 18,000 and that's actually about where we've been the past several years for funerals. So we still have denied a few, we're still evaluating. I mean, we look at, is there any family that has any resources to help with that? So, we've maybe gotten more flexible, but it's still, we still do look for family members' ability to pay and cover that.
Yeah, well,
And I think part of it is just, funerals are relative, of a single item. It's kind of an expensive thing to do and we're not.
Oh, yeah.
Big,
Right.
cost.
Yeah, everything else we're really able to defer for other resources, but funerals, the county is
Yeah.
the only source for that. So, yeah. For the CARES ERA funding, Carrie drew down $3,000 for administrative fees that were reimbursed. This September is the last month. Well, in October, the program ends, so that will be ending here shortly. Medicaid reimbursement for the CHWs was at $1,943.61 in August. And we did our first drawdown for the COSUP grant, so it was a large drawdown. We hope to have quarterly drawdowns going forward, but that was $105,000 drawn down for the COSUP, and that covers Angie's position and the different peer recovery, some housing support and that kind of thing through the COSUP drawdown. In our office, last week I attended the South Dakota Association of County Welfare Officials fall meeting last week. Actually, speaking of funerals, that is one of the things that we're looking at taking to the legislature, working with the funeral home directors on potentially changing legislation to have all county funerals be automatic cremation instead of having the option for both cremation and burial. So that's a discussion that's happening right now. If you hear that, I don't know where that will go. There's lots of talk happening, but we'll see.
Sorry, we said what discussion?
The South Dakota Association of County Welfare Officials, with the state offices and then the funeral directors.
So that would turn into a law, a code of some
It
sort?
would adjust our current state
There's
statute.
some potential issues with that,
Yeah, so it's a discussion.
religious beliefs,
Yeah.
that sort of thing, but.
Right, that was, talked to our local funeral directors and that was kind of their concern too. So there's some options too on maybe just unclaimed bodies. That's really where the issue gets to be. If there's an unclaimed body that leaves it in limbo, so, yeah. We did complete the transition to success training. 7 additional local providers completed it. So we have almost 30 local providers trained in the transition to success case management model. This afternoon, our staff is going to do some staff development, which works out because they're chip sealing the road in front of our building. And so it's hard to access our building right now. So COSUP grant evaluators will be here October 2nd. They're gonna host a substance use steering committee meeting. So Angie is working on that. About 30 people are invited to that meeting. So one thing I was interested in your feedback, transportation has been a continued need. That is one area that we continue to support people. Generally, it's people that end up in Watertown kind of stranded. Either they're getting out of jail or they just for whatever reason end up stranded here in town. Generally, we try to get them a bus ticket, or if they have a vehicle, we fill a tank of gas. When we haven't had a bus ticket, the Fallout Shelter has been really wonderful about helping us out and stepping in and taking people where they need to go. So far, they've done it with no reimbursement. I would like to reimburse their mileage. I think that's fair because otherwise we would be paying bus tickets or other transportation. And I was just curious on commissioner feedback on that.
So the money that we'd use for bus tickets currently could be just switched over to reimburse. Okay.
Them for transportation. Yeah.
I think would that be work out probably less or more? I mean,
It depends on how far they're going. Sometimes like a bus ticket to Sioux Falls is usually $50 or $60. So mileage is going to cost more. But the offside of that is if they stay, we end up paying hotel or finding other arrangements for them until we can get them on a bus. One of the challenges, our bus doesn't run Mondays and Tuesdays, and inevitably people need a bus ride on Monday. And it doesn't run Tuesday and Wednesday. So we'll have people come in Tuesday morning and we can't get them anywhere until Thursday on the bus. And Fallout Shelter has been wonderful about just getting them where they need to go that day.
When you say transportation, like they have their own vehicle, you're just reimbursing them mileage basically?
Yeah, yeah, and just mileage, not time or cost or anything like that.
Sure.
And if they don't have a vehicle?
Oh, you mean the individuals that we're helping?
Yes.
Yeah, if they don't have a vehicle, those are the ones we run into challenges with. We would get them a bus ticket if the bus is running. And when the bus isn't running, then they're stranded here without lodging as well as transportation to wherever they want to go. Yeah.
Guess the question that I would have as it pertains to that would be the liability if they're involved in a motor vehicle accident. We're
Yeah.
paying for travel
Mhm.
in a non-county owned vehicle. That would be my concern, and Allison isn't here to address that, but I don't know.
But they'd be in their own vehicle.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, if we need to have an MOU or a release or something, a contract or something that says they don't hold the county liable, The county is just like, they're taking the choice on. They've been doing it voluntarily without
Yeah.
any kind of reimbursement.
Yeah. I just think that by
Mhm.
us reimbursing them, we're actually saying, yes, here,
Mhm.
take them. You know, we're
It is,
approving of
yeah.
that transportation method.
Mhm.
If somebody gets hurt, does the county have any liability in that?
Mhm.
So, Mr. Chair, it seems like that, so two questions, like the liabilities,
Mhm.
you know, the MOUs, the legality part of it, and then just, it sounds like it might, if you consider the cost of lodging, it could come up cheaper,
Mhm.
to do it this way anyway.
Mhm.
And I'm sure an MOU would take care of that
Mhm.
complaint or issue, but
Mhm.
So you think it would fit within the budget?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think it would.
and then we need to do a policy change.
Yeah,
You just confirm that with Allison.
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. I will talk to the state's attorney
Yeah.
and find out more.
And then you would probably want to have it agendized to
Mhm.
get approval.
Yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's a good suggestion.
If she suggests, you know, like an MOU or whatever, we draft that and
Mhm.
then get it in front of us and then
Okay,
that's the proper way to handle that.
okay. That sounds good. Another situation is our budget for birth certificates and IDs, which we only provide if it's dependent on a job that we can confirm they are waiting, that they have a job offer, or housing, and we can also confirm that they have housing. But they need an ID or birth certificate in order to start employment or to be able to move into that housing. We have been helping people with that ID for those two reasons. There's been kind of a rush of that lately. We've used up our budget, which our budget was only $500. So it's not like it's a huge amount, but we have used that up. And so I'm wondering, we've been having conversations about, do we need to have better parameters around that? Generally, they run about $60 for an out-of-state birth certificate. It all depends on vital records. Some of their fees are really expensive. The last one was $120 because of the vital fees record. And so we have some of those kinds of situations where those birth certificates and IDs are costing us more than what they had previously. And I'm wondering if we want to look at some limits or guidelines on what we cover for for birth certificates and out of state and IDs. Usually locally, the cost is minimal, $20 if they're not able to get it for free. If they're homeless, they're able to get it for free. So, because a state statute changed on that.
Is this, so, I guess I didn't,
Mhm.
this is an area I haven't thought about it a lot, but so when folks just have lost track of that document,
Mhm.
they need to get it, if it's something out of state costs.
Mhm.
So are you asking, just making us aware of that for now, or?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, like put it on your radar, and if anybody has any suggestions or things, we typically update our policy in January. But because this is, last month we had $300 worth of ID requests. And so, or birth certificate requests. So it was just if only we could. But it only works in state too, so it doesn't work if they're from Texas or California or New York, which are the three that we get the most and they're most expensive.
I know, so the argument that I would have is that really a county responsibility to provide those documents. I mean, but if we
Mhm.
don't, where do they go to get them,
Mhm.
right?
And that's the struggle that we've had too. It's like, well, we want people housed, we want people to have jobs. And they don't have any income until they get the paycheck, and they can't get the paycheck without the ID. So.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So
But is there enough in the budget to cover it for the rest of this year?
Yeah, we can pull from other line items.
Okay,
There's
so,
yeah.
you need to adjust your proposed budget for next year?
potentially, or we need to change the policy.
We need to, next week is.
The last budget. So I
I
will,
would just amend it.
okay,
Just amend
okay,
it.
we'll change.
So the, question then is this due to either just more traffic? Or is it due to these other states raising their fees?
Probably a little bit of both. And it also is because no other organization covers
Yeah.
these items as well. So similar to bus tickets, nobody else covers. So, yeah. So
It's a little thing.
we'll continue to have that, but I'll talk to Brenda about changing the line item on that, adjusting some of those things too. So The other thing that I wanted to do then is just give you an update. Sorry, this is a longer report, but I wanted to give a little update on what has been happening, what we've been doing, because that, it also relates to my other agenda item on here, needing some assistant support. I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of the work that's happening too. And so this handout is just a little bit of a visual and a report of the work that's been happening. The tree is our effort to make it visualized what is happening under the Codington Connects initiative. All of this comes out of the 2021 strategic plan that we did, where we identified 5 different areas of need and kind of the evolution that's happened. What we found that we were doing, it's called collective impact. We were doing this and didn't realize it until I talked to somebody out from a different community, and they were like, well, you're doing collective impact. And that's this effort that a group of cross-sector actors, we have a common agenda working to solve complex social problems. So it's really a group of people coming together to solve problems. We've kind of taken on the role of the backbone organization, which is just really the one that keeps things going, keeps the vision and strategy together, supports the activities, and makes sure that it is successful, basically. I added on there the goals that we had from the 2021. On the back side of it is each of those areas, talking about what has happened that's been successes and what's currently in progress for that. So to run through that a little bit, housing, one of the successes through that was that we achieved the goal of emergency housing. We were able to do that through a South Dakota Housing Development Association grant for over $1.3 million that funded that. Currently, we are finalizing a new comprehensive community action plan, and shortly we'll be releasing the next steps for the comprehensive community plan. We've been working with the city and the development company, Watertown Area Home Builders, and some other organizations to put that together. On October 8th, we'll be having a housing presentation. I believe they would like to have 2 commissioners present if possible at that. And I think Troy maybe received the invitation for that. So if that's possible, we would love to have 2 people there for sure. With childcare, one of the big successes is the My Little Village successfully transitioned and is meeting the needs of many families with their childcare availability there. That was also assisted through a grant from the South Dakota GOA, Governor's Office of Economic Development, for $50,000. Currently, we're working with the Early Learner Strategic Plan to become an early learner community. Our areas of focus are affordability, business engagement, partnering with Watertown Development Company on a plan that will be being released soon. We're working to increase capacity of support providers. Audrey Ryder with the Extension Center is helping lead that effort. And then we've had community events like the Splash into Summer event and doing some other advocacy and parent support for that. We ended up combining the community transformation and mental health. That's been a recent change, but we realized that those were just overlapping so much that we combined them into a group called HEART, which stands for Healing, Education, Awareness, Resilience, and Trauma. Through those efforts, we're designated as a resilient community. We also, because of those efforts, received the South Dakota Community Foundation Beyond Idea grant for $100,000. We've done a lot of trauma education. We've had at least 10 trainings since 2022 to increase trauma awareness in our community. We also now have almost 30 providers trained in transition to success to help make things better for people receiving services in our community. Some of the current action that we're doing, we rolled the justice impacted under this category. And so we received that COSUP grant for $1 million to do that work. We are working to bring back a volunteer coordinator. We have some entities interested in that. And so we're working on that opportunity. We're also have identified that we need to update the strategic plan. So that's going to be one of the next initiatives. And we are also doing a community-wide marketing plan that's coming in the next few months, hopefully. And then centralized services. The big success with that was that we developed Codington Connects. We have over 45 partners with that. The Department of Health, Health Improvement Innovation, or the Health Improvement Grant for $30,000 helped us establish that. And we did hold that Splash into Summer event. Really, that event covers several of these categories, but we put it in this area for now. The action that we're working on is making Codington Connects a nonprofit. So we're working with an attorney on that process. And then we are also continue to be in the process of finding an actual physical location for multiple service providers and those efforts. So in addition to all of this work, which we've kind of done through our strategic plan that was in 2021, there's a lot of other efforts like the Vision 2050 that is in process that we're partnering with. And the Mother of God Monastery is also doing a visionary process that we're partnering with them as well. So again, I just wanted to give a little rundown of the efforts and the works that have happened in the last several years for that as part of my report. So,
Good stuff.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for all of your support and everything. It all happened because you guys as commissioners have supported the work that we're doing. So thank you for what you're doing and all that you support in our community. It's making a huge difference.
Commissioner Gable.
I was able to attend the last interagency meeting. Again, I don't get to them. I don't get to everyone, but that was, I mean, I appreciate that effort. Over these past couple of years, that, getting just so everybody knows what everybody else is doing. Just that alone is helpful. That's also informative for us commissioners and, you know, the way people that kind of serve, but.
Yeah, that's been really helpful. It's taken it from not because people didn't know what they were doing. Everybody else was always the bad guy to now people know what they're doing and we can explain when clients come in and say, well, they won't help me. We understand how other organizations work. It's very helpful for that purpose too.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Sorry?
number 11.
Oh, number 11? Yeah, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. So action to approve the assistant agreement between Codington County Community Service and Kathy DeYoung.
So this is, I'm just asking if I can bring Kathy back for 5 hours a week. I'm asking for the next year. I don't know that it'll be that long, but rather than coming back every few months or whatever. So again, just 5 hours a week that she could come in and help me with all of those initiatives that we're doing. Having somebody, Kathy was previously helping me through the Beyond Idea grant. It was incredibly helpful. So she's very familiar with all of the work that's happening and the goals of all of them. And I would just really like to have her back so that I can have more time to look at grant opportunities and some of those. What I found is without her there, I don't have the opportunity to pursue other options for funding and different resources.
Okay.
I did visit with Sarah in reference to this and she has sufficient funds in her budget to cover this at this time. So just so you're informed about that.
Is that a motion?
I'll make a motion that we do.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, second by McElhaney. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah.
All right, let's get Randy back up here from the Highway Department for his monthly report. Good morning, Randy. Good morning once again. You got a few things on here to talk about this morning.
Yes. We've had a number of projects taking place. One of them basically is our County Road 20-4, which we re-gravelled last year and raised with the intent of paving it this year. So that project has started with Dunick. Hopefully this week they could finish it, but potentially we're looking at rain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday again, which we really don't need. So that may extend that project into next week. With that being said, they're also involved with our Florence project, the Main Street paving. That is also going to be based upon that 20-4 project. They were hoping to bounce right into Florence, but again, if rain potentially may head that off and push that out. Our intent is to have the Florence Main Street project done prior to October 3rd, which is homecoming for Florence.
Oh, okay.
So we do have some leeway in there yet. Mother Nature, if she holds out, we'll see what happens. We did finish chip sealing for the season, and we actually get all the chip swept off the roads. I know we had some issues this year with people driving a little too fast, and I know we did talk about that. People just need to be aware of that, but now it is cleaned off. So once this 20-4 project is finished, then we'll get everything striped and all our signage down for those projects. We've been hauling gravel, which is our normal thing that we do this time of year. It's not really fixing any roads for rain damage or anything like that. It's just the norm. We did receive our larger oil pot from Marathon out of Canada, and we did actually have representatives here from Canada that tested it with us to make sure that it does function properly and meets our needs. So the machine is just what we needed. We did get our bids back from Purple Wave as far as our 2 scrapers. One was sold for $6,100 and is going to Kansas. The other one sold for $5,200 and is actually going to Mitchell. We did sell one of our pickups for $2,400 to a local business also. Those were our 3 Purple Wave deals. I attended the South Dakota Convention in Pierre last week. Came back again with a lot of good information, learned quite a bit. There were some excellent speakers there, very informative. And I do highly recommend that I attend it again next year. Burlington Northern Santa Fe BNSF Railroad did come last week, and we were able to repair the railroad crossing on County Road 11-4, just south of Rawville.
It's closed again this
It's
morning.
closed this morning. The railroad had a little issue last week. We were hoping to have it paved and open by the weekend, which we did temporarily, but we weren't able to get it paved because their dispatcher allowed 2 trains to come through. So that put the project back. It was just, they admitted to mistake.
So is the whole roadway closed?
It should be open by now.
Okay.
We just had to pave it yesterday and it had to sit overnight to cool. So it should be fully paved and fully open by now.
Okay.
So we should be in good shape there. We're about to start our fall grass cutting, especially if it rains this week. It's better off if we cut the grass when it rains. It actually works better for us. So that's unfortunately in preparation for the white stuff coming, which is right around the corner. And I just wanted to make one comment as far as a public service announcement. I did have to talk with the farmer last week with hauling, cutting of silage and whatnot. They're hauling a lot of mud out onto the road, again, because of the moisture and whatnot in the fields. So I did talk to the farmer and he says, we're trying to keep up with it the best they can. But I said, some of that, it was 5 inches deep. So they had to stay on it.
Yeah.
And he said he guaranteed me he would. But again, we had a call in this morning that we did have some more on the road north of town. So if you're out and aware of it, please clean it up as quick as possible. We don't want to create any further situations with that. And that is all I had.
Mr. Chair, just to add, both on the 5-year plan and
Yes.
what Randy mentioned about the convention last week. I didn't realize this, but I went to one interesting session where the DOT was briefing about bridges.
Yes.
And they talked about the 10 most trafficked bridges in the state. Number 10 was the 14th Avenue Bridge.
Correct.
So the thing we're getting that one done. So
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of interesting. And
Most definitely.
It's only number
community.
10, huh?
the number 10. Yeah, I was
like it
thinking
should
of
be a
the
little-
thousands of bridges within
Yeah,
the state.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's kind of interesting.
Very.
Right.
Kind of
maybe-
as a public
Go ahead.
notice too.
Yes.
You know, right now, it's unbelievable, the trucks that are on the road. They're hauling silage, they're hauling corn. I mean, and a lot of gravel and a lot of combines and a lot of farm equipment. So just notice for people to be cautious. And when you're going down the road, even if you have the head off the combine, they still take up a lane and a half. And you can actually pull over and let the combine go. And you don't have to fight with them because you'll lose if you do fight with them. But a lot of equipment out there, so be
Yes.
very careful.
Yes. Thank you for that
And
addition.
since the combines are going in the field and silage cutting, the deer are moving too.
Yes.
A lot of deer. That's my 2 cents. Thank you.
Randy, you got a couple of other items on here. Looks
Yeah.
like item number 12. Let's jump down to that. Action to approve to advertise bridge repair project.
Yes, actually, 12 and 13 are coincide with each other. It's for the bridge on County Road 7-5, which I alluded to earlier, which had some ice damage a couple of years ago. We're only going to be repairing the east side of that. So we just want to advertise, or send out bids to get that fixed.
Okay.
So moved.
Motion by Gable, second by Johnson. Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 13 is action to authorize the chair to sign certificates for right-of-way and utilities for bridge repair project 15-240-155.
Yeah.
Same project.
This is the same project on County Road 7-5 again, which is our 460th Avenue. Again, it's just the bridge repair. And this is just stating that whatever utilities are in place would be put back into correct position, or in this case, we have no utilities we're actually dealing with. So you're just stating that fact. So we just need the chairman to sign off on that. Also, we would be getting 80% reimbursement for this project up to a total of $157,400.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, second by Gable. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. Brenda, you said you had the documents? Okay.
All right, Steve. What? Denied.
I'll go to the next line.
Okay, you do have item number 14. This is action to authorize the chair to sign a 2026 seasonal Memorial Park Campground Management Services Agreement with our park management staff.
Currently, this is for this coming year, and so we had no changes have been made to this contract. This is just more or less to have the commissioner chair to sign this contract with the park managers.
Move to approve.
Motion by Johnson, second by McElhaney. Discussion? I think they're doing a great job out there. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
I did have conversation with the Ventiques
Yep,
and they seem pretty happy.
yep.
They
I
said-
do know that they want to meet with me. They're having a special event next year, so I'll probably include a commissioner with that when we have a talk and so that, so.
And it sounds kind of trivia, but kind of the way they express their gratitude and the good job is there were always paper towels and toilet paper in the toilets and then the washrooms. And they said, when they're kept full, everybody's happy. You know, that's just a little tidbit thing, you know?
What do you need?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right, let's move on to item number 15, action to declare office equipment surplus to be destroyed in the sheriff's office.
All right, you have that in your packet, and the two items are 545 G-Tech computer, the serial number, actually two of those, so that is for by the request of Sheriff Brad Howell, and they are to be declared surplus to be destroyed.
Yes.
Move to approve.
Motion by McElhaney, second by Schwer. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Discussion, possible action to approve changing the hours for the treasurer's office to 8 to 4 p.m. Is Carol here? Okay,
Is this a permanent?
well, we should probably have her here. Should we delay that? Okay, let's go ahead and just delay that. We'll come back to it. Number 17 is action to approve the auditor's account with treasurer note monthly register of deeds fees.
All right, you have that information in your packets as well. It shows the cash items that were in the treasurer's office on the last business day of August, right down to the last penny. It also shows our custodial funds that will go to the schools, townships, cities and towns, the ending amount being 26,463,083.86. And then the amount at the last business day of August for the register of deeds was $40,655.45.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By McElhaney, second.
I'll second.
By Gable, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Move back up to item number 16, discussion, possible action to approve changing the hours for the treasurer's office to 8 to 4 p.m. permanently, I believe. Correct? Turn your mic on. Yep, there you go.
Permanently is what I think we're gonna end up having to go to. And the reason I'm saying that is, systems getting better as far as balancing stuff. But you still don't get done at the end of the day. So what I'm thinking, at least for right now, especially given that I've got, you know, 2 staff members that have left in the last month and a half, 2 months, and I'm bringing on new people. I think I'd like to go through the end of October at least with 4 o'clock close. I think I'm a little worried it might have to go permanently, but I don't want to say that now because I don't want you to have to make that decision right now.
Mhm.
I want to get my staff in place. I want to make sure that they're doing okay, and then ultimately make that.
Carol, when we did this temporarily,
Yeah.
and the new system was being put in, did we have any feedback from the public? Were there any issues?
Once they were made aware, you know, we had a few, and I talked to Dave, who is our checkpoint basically, and he said once people were aware of it, then there weren't that many at the end that had the issue. I think it's just a matter of letting people know that we're not gonna be able to do anything after 4 o'clock, and then get our ducks in a row and just try and get everything done.
So essentially, it takes you an hour to clean up before your employees can go home at the end of the day.
Right, because if you close at 4 o'clock and you've got people in your office, you don't just say, sorry, you have to go.
Right,
So it's generally 4:30 before you're done,
right.
and then you do your end of stay.
Okay.
So, just to, with the new system, it sounds like that's kind of creating more work for in general, it's creating more work for the counties.
Right, and then sometime in the next 4 weeks, they're gonna change it so we start actually scanning documents in the office and sending everything well, the paper copies will be sent to the peer, will be sent to peer. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna scan electronic copies from them to them every day. And then they will work from those copies. And then
That's where the bulk of the work is, which is the additional work.
that's where it's gonna come from, yes, because, you know, the way the transactions are now, they're enough time, but I mean, they take long enough now. When we have to add the scanning,
Yeah.
it's gonna be that much.
I'd make a motion to change these hours, 8 to 4 until the end of October.
Motion by Gable. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Schwer. Any discussion?
So currently, you're working past 5 of these employees, what, making overtime or comp?
Right. And it'll help me with my money side of it, which, just so everyone's mentally prepared, this year my money is gonna be probably at the end of December. I think I'm gonna have to ask for money. Just because this has taken a lot more than I was expecting. Cause I know that they don't get out, even when things go smoothly, like last night, we balanced, everything was fine. It was 5:45 before they left, and it's, you know, it's just the way it has to be for right now. But I'm trying to get it so that I'm not having to pay overtime, and I'm keeping everything within.
So Carol, if we close the doors at 4 o'clock,
Yeah.
would that, you're probably still gonna have people in the office to wait on
Right.
until you can get them out of there.
Right.
But by 5 o'clock, do you think the staff would be able to, in most cases?
That's right. If we do the 4 to 4:30 close, we get everybody out by 4:30, then I should be able to make 5 or 5:15.
Okay. All right, we do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, I guess the only question I would have is how are you gonna put out a PSA to the news media and,
Yes,
okay, on the hour change?
And you said
That
this
will
is
be-
until when? October.
I'm
End of October.
at least the end of October. See, I've got new staff coming on the 1st of October. So at least I get 3 or 4 weeks with them, try to bring them up to speed, and then we'll have to.
Go through the end of October and reevaluate and see if we need to continue it or not, but.
I do have a question though. Is there, and maybe our HR representative can help me with this question, but is there any programs or anything that we can bring into the courthouse and go into departments to see if they can streamline them, assist and helping them be more efficient. You know, just to help out the offices to see, another set of eyes. Could you do this to streamline this work that you're doing? It seems like we're buying computers, buying more computers, getting new computer programs, and it's taking longer. That's not the way it's supposed to work. I thought they were supposed to speed things up. And it's just kind of backing up on us. And I think we need to take a look at some of these offices, not just the treasurer's office, everybody's office. And I'm certainly not one to criticize any office the way they're run, because you get the thing done, but there's a more efficient way, an easier way to do it. There must be some programs out there that we can look at.
So we could lead Six Sigma for office.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Oh, I guess we need to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Okay. Motion carries. Thank you. All right, let's move on to, we did number 17, action to acknowledge the 2025 County Safety Awards. Jonathan.
Okay. No, it's because this is how they're given out. Yes. So at the convention every year, these awards are given out, and it is based on the awards are based on steps taken by county departments to improve work safety and training for their employees and the customers. So this year, the Codington County Maintenance received the gold and the platinum award at the Safeties Awards luncheon. So congratulations, Steve.
Congratulations.
So we can get a motion in a second to approve that, I guess is
So
typically
moved.
how we do that.
Second it.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Just folks aware, this is really, it's good, obviously.
Yes.
And it does save us money on our insurance premiums as well.
Yes.
So there's this, it's good safety, all that good stuff, but it also has a financial positive impact as well.
And just a note for the public, this isn't something that you submit a application for and pencil whip it. This is basically awarded by the company by looking at your standards and your claims. So it's not something that it's more of a reflection on a job well done than
Absolutely.
else.
It's not an easy thing.
Right, it's
Good job.
sponsored.
Thank you to you and your staff.
Did accept or like it sent it in to who was gonna receive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your work, and please pass that on to your staff as well. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank goodness nobody was opposed to that.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
So traditionally, this is another thing that we do as well. Acknowledge, and we do a motion on this too, to acknowledge the passing of former county employees. And that's done out at conferences as well. Every county sends in every year the individuals who pass away. So we had 3 individuals this year. So it was Marie Benteen, Calvin Cal Ingalls, and Dolores Cruz. So Dolores or Marie Benteen worked at the extension office. Cal Ingalls was at the highway department, and Dolores Cruz was at the sheriff's office. So
Motion to acknowledge these individuals for their service in the past.
We have a motion.
Second.
Second by Commissioner, motion was made by Commissioner Johnson, second by Commissioner McElhaney. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 20 is just a note for the commission and the public that the board will not be meeting on September 30th due to our previously adopted policy. So no meeting next week. Action to approve.
2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks. Oh, September.
Yes.
Yeah, we are in September.
yeah, but the
Oh,
last,
September 30th,
Right.
not 20th. Okay.
23rd would do the budget.
Sorry. Yeah, that's right. Okay, action to approve claims for payment, number 21. Brenda.
okay, so we will do the big packet first. Let's see, I think I went through. Our court-appointed attorney fees this month were $90,614.95 or 95. And the two sheriff vehicles came in, which added to theirs.
The sheriff isn't here. I was wondering why the one was so much less than the other one. But what was that? I looked at that and
I suppose it just depends on what,
Under $300 difference.
how much?
Oh, wait.
yeah, one was 37, one was 31.
Yeah, $6,000 difference.
Well, maybe it was because of the trade-in value on those two different vehicles. Maybe that's what made that difference.
Yeah, it doesn't mention the trade in here.
Yeah. So, the state pass-through, I do need to add a couple more claims onto this, which, came in after the fact. And one of them is the law library fund for $347.96. And, also the Board of Mental Health and Lewis Clark Behavioral Center was 225. And then to US Bank, and that has to do with the bond, which is a yearly fee, a service fee of $1,200. So the total amount of claims will be a little bit different than what you have there, but the state pass-through amount is still $663.801.19. Which that amount then was $826.29.61. Then we have to add on the $1,772.96 for those three additional claims, $1,772.96. So the actual county claims this month is $822,402.57.
Have a motion,
Move to approve, second.
McElhaney, and second by Gable, all in, discussion.
Sure. On the quarter point, how are we doing on that budget?
And you're gonna ask, I didn't look at that, where we're at the
100,000
end.
last month and 90,000 this month.
Yeah.
It's
I will take a look at that and let you know. I can email you. Yeah, we're keeping an eye on that, but yes, we're still okay. But yeah, we'll be getting, actually, I received a check in the mail. Today I'll have to look what we will receive. We'll do an automatic budget supplement. I sent in what our costs were, so we'll receive some money back from the state on that to supplement that budget a little bit, but which will help us.
Reimbursement, is that?
No, not clerk. It's literally what we spend for, just like last year that we received, that state passed that law that they go according to your costs. So we will receive some funding back for that.
there was a pretty good session on that out at the conference at noon or right before noon. Were you there? It's not just us. It's every county in the state that's having the same issue. And I think, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and hopefully we keep squeaking, and maybe the state will probably hopefully recognize the fact that it is a real issue. And it's statewide, not just here.
I did glance at the list and we were one of the higher counties for costs, actually.
Yep.
We've had some big cases too.
Yes.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
We also do have the 911 money that is just passed through that will go to the city of Watertown. And this is for the month of July in the amount of $38,646.26.
For the record, I will recuse myself from this.
Move to approve.
Motion by Johnson, second by McElhaney. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Action to approve automatic budget supplements, Community Service Office ERA-2 funds in the amount of $17,572 and the COSSUP grant funds in the amount of $60,198.30.
Move to approve.
Motion by Johnson, second by Gable. Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Action to approve personnel changes.
You have two of those. They're both for the treasurer's office. First one is for Nikki Christensen, administrative support. She will begin on October 1st. Her step is a step one, $20.31 an hour. And then the second one is Tiffany Aaron's. She'll begin. That's October 6th. Yeah, this one needs to be switched. October 6th. Administrative support, step one, $20.31 an hour.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the personnel changes? Gable,
Second it.
second by Schwer. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Action to approve travel requests. You do have a few of those in
Yeah.
front of you.
Have a few of those, emergency management to staff to attend a conference. And then detention center to attend a correction officer to attend court training.
Those are both budgeted items. Motion by Gable, second by McElhaney. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Public notices where a possible quorum of commissioners could be in attendance at this week. Anybody have anything coming up? I have a lot of stuff going on, but you'll probably
Yeah.
not be at any of it. Guessing.
A book is still in up.
LEPC today at noon. Any of you go to that?
Let's see, does this go through the 25th?
Yes. No.
No, next
The
week,
third.
we'll meet yet.
23rd, okay. The 25th is the annual meeting for district. And some of you, I will be there for sure, some of you
Yeah,
will
I will be
probably
there.
be there.
What day was that? 25th, Thursday.
Didn't
Yeah.
I?
My friends are hosting a retirement party for me this Sunday from 2 to 5 at Cloud 9. You all are invited, so maybe there
Yes.
could possibly be a quorum. Sunday, 2 to 5 at Cloud 9.
I'll take a matter of personal privilege to congratulate you on that
you.
retirement. I think that's fantastic from the fire department. How many years?
31 and a half.
31 and a half years. Well, thank you for your service.
Yes.
Thanks for the time. All right, so there we go. Number 26, old business. Anybody have anything for old business? Anything for new business? Anything for the open? Public comments? Commissioner comments?
Mr. Chair, just real quick, just, so the jail construction has started, it's mostly still groundwork, well, it is still groundwork, so I know last week they were doing some of the utility connections, just to, people are curious. And they should, I think they're hoping to start pouring some of the foundation, the footings and things like that, probably next week. If they don't get to it this week, but, so that's kind of where we're at the moment. But yeah, the big thing was getting some of the sanitary sewer and the water supply, getting that connected to the site.
So there's been a lot of talk about that project once they broke ground. I mean, once we broke ground and started moving dirt, people are driving by watching the progress. So fun, good. We do have a need to go into executive session for the purpose of contract.
Mr. Chair, just one, that I guess that important really.
So I will look for a motion to do that.
So moved.
Motion by Johnson, second by McElhaney. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We are now into exec. No
So
action
we need
is
to-
anticipated after
We need the
the
Zoom,
executive session.
just turn up the